Fun to get out here and let them play. We've started Wednesday, so a week and a half ago. So we've been rolling, and so everything's kind of there's restraints and constraints on everything you do as far as your tempo practice and thud and tracking and shorts or vests, whatever the situation is. You get 2 live scrimmages, in preseason. So really tried to treat it like a preseason game. That's just kind of what I was trying to create mentality-wise. Headsets, and then ACC officials, everything, and just really try to call it as strict as we could call it. Today was a fun day as far as being able to go play. Without it's all right. We're 2nd and 8, and we're playing 3rd down. And creating situations and thud in the box, tracking on the back, whatever it is. This is live. Go play, and it's a different world. When I was playing, it was every day was live, and they had to tell you, hey, it's not live. Now you got to say it's live. So it's such a different world for these guys, and so it's a challenge because you got to take advantage of your opportunities. And so we had a certain amount of plays we wanted to get, and lots of different situations. It was mostly good on good. I think I mixed it up one time where we went 1s on 2s, but the rest was good on good the whole day. And trying to hit all the different field zones from backed up, middle field, red zone, 1st and 9 on the 9, play it out, goal line, short yardage. We hit it all today. And only thing we didn't do was 2-minute. We did that yesterday, and then we'll get that next week live. But usually this scrimmage is usually a day that the defense kind of owns the day. That's kind of been probably in my history. That's probably the way it's been. But that wasn't the case today, and I honestly I kind of saw that coming. I told the defense, I'm really. It was very competitive. Defense did a lot of good things. They had a couple nice turnovers. Kuba had a pick. RJ had a pick. We did throughout all 3 groups. We had a few sacks, but good on good. It was incredibly competitive, and very encouraged by what I see with our guys up front and offensive line. And I think they all they hear and read is how bad they are, and it's just the opposite on the other side. All they hear and read is how great they are, and I think you saw the result of that today. I definitely think the offensive line won the day in the trenches today, which is good to see. Good for both sides. Very competitive. I love how our backs ran the ball. All the backs had some big plays. Made some big plays in the passing game. Really pleased with DJ. And, he had one mistake. Cade had one critical mistake. We had some guys, make plays. Really, I think we had one drop the whole day. The guys made plays, with each group. But just a very, you wish you were playing somebody else because it's a double-edged sword for me. If the punters, if you had great punt, but the punt return was excellent, well, that meant your punt coverage wasn't very good, right? So it's like, all right, it's a double-edged sword. You're happy, but then you're mad. So very competitive day. I'm really pleased with the effort. A lot on tape that we can teach from, and if we get better from it, 3 weeks from tomorrow, we're loading the bus to go to Atlanta. So we're not ready to play right now, but I do think we're heading in the right direction with a lot of positive things, and I feel really good about what I'm seeing in all areas. But this is a bunch that'll compete. It's a physical group, and we got to clean up some discipline things. We did have some penalties in the red zone. We had a couple of offsides. We had a big play on a 3rd down for a 1st down, and we got a guy that lined up on the line and covered up my tight end and get an ineligible downfield, called back. We got a 4th and inches on the defense and goes for a 40-something yard touchdown because we didn't contain. so there's just a lot of discipline things that showed up today that we gotta clean up. So the number one thing we talk about all the time is don't lose to Clemson, and we'll have a little list of those things and what that means today. So special teams wise, really pleased with BT. He's had a great camp. Robert has had a great camp, but I thought he that's why we come over here. It's just different, even though it's a lot of concrete looking at you. It's just a different vibe, and he finished well, but I didn't think he had. I thought he had his worst day, and he's been really good. He's a very, very talented kicker. But man, continue to be incredibly pleased and encouraged with our punters. Aiden has had about 4 days in a row really doing a nice job for us. Worked on all open field, worked on punting, off the goal line, backed up back at the goal line, and really pleased with our punters. Jack's starting to make a lot of progress. BT's been very steady there, so I think it's we're in a good spot. We've got 2 guys that can really bomb it, as far as kicking it out of the end zone, and BT and Gunn. So special teams wise, pretty good day. I thought our kick return and punt return was really good. Now again, disappointing thing with that is, I wasn't very pleased with our kick coverage and punt coverage. So, but it's good to get it all on tape, and coach off of it, and go from there.
Is there anything in particular you learned from your team today?
What's that?
Is there anything in particular you learned from your team today?
I think this is a tough group, and I thought they would be a physically tough group, but until you really go play and you really turn it loose, the game's just different. I mean, it's all on your feet, thud type contact. It's physical, but it ain't like this. And we got a tough group. We got a tough group, both sides of the ball, and so I'm pleased with that. And, I think I got confirmation on that today.
Come out of the scrimmage pretty injury-free?
I think so. I'm not sure. Pat will give me a report. I think might have one guy maybe just go off looking like he may have hurt his ankle, but I couldn't tell. But he jogged off. I think other than that, I think I only saw one guy. So we'll see.
Dabo, how much experimenting is Thomas doing with the offensive line, like Walker playing some guard, things like that?
Well, we're just trying to get the best 5. That's, as I told y'all earlier, we got to find out who's the best 5, who's 6, who's 7, who's 8, what, kind of build it from there. But, Walker, it's really not about Walker as it is, Blake Miller. Who's the 5th best guy? Is it Blake? We know Walker's in there. Is it Blake? Is it Tucker? Mitchell's been out. He'll hopefully be back Monday. He hadn't been able to practice most of the week. In protocol, so he'll be back Monday, ready to go. But so is it Blake? Is it Mitchell? Is it Sadler? Is it who is it? Who's the 5th best guy? And depending on who that is it Dietrich? Who's the 5th best guy? We got flexibility, and if it means moving Walker to guard, if Blake's the 5th best guy and he's more comfortable tackle right now, then that's what we do. So Walker's a natural man. I mean, he played the way he wanted to play. He's a really good football player, and so yeah, we've mixed it up as far as who the first 5 is. I think today he kept it fairly consistent, and but we got a good idea, as far as the guys that we think will be ready to play. I really feel good about our group. I think we're still trying. Who's that first 5? Because there's competition for that. I think that's great. But 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think we got 11 and a half guys that I would trust pretty good right now. And hopefully by the time we get to game day, we'll be maybe 12 or 13. It's just it's a much more veteran group. We've got 2 true freshmen in Blake and Colin, and both of those guys are going to help us. I can tell y'all right now, they're both going to play. They're both going to help us. They've proven that. Been here since January. They're ready. And the rest of those guys, Tristan and Dietrich and Linthicum, even though they're redshirt freshmen, they're going on year 2. They're just more mature. We're just in a better place with those guys. go along with that third-year sophomore group and the juniors and J-Mac. So just more functionality, more competition, more guys that are capable of competing, and that's making us better. So,
Same question in regards to your wide receiver group. Who's that with?
yeah, really, the receivers have been really good. I mean, I'm super pleased with our group. Bo's been out a few days. EJ's, hopefully be back running around Monday, ready to go. So the encouraging thing is Bo and EJ have been out all week. Both of them off to a great start in camp, and both will be back soon. But it's allowed us to really challenge some other guys, and really pleased again with EJ how he came out of camp, and he had a issue. He made a great catch and came down funny and kind of had a hematoma or whatever it was called. But he'll be fine. Same thing with Bo. Bo's doing well, but it's allowed us to get a lot of work to these other guys, and God has been awesome. I know how many times y'all heard me say that. He made a couple of big plays today. He's just been a great leader for us. It's been really fun to see. So, I just really happy for him, and hopefully he can stay the course. Spector's been awesome. This time last year he couldn't walk up these steps, but he ain't missed a rep. I mean, he's been awesome. And the kid hasn't played in 2 years. He's just a really veteran guy. He's got a great mindset. Really pleased with him. And Dakari had a couple of nice plays, and then Dakari started a lot of games last year along with Bo. So